For mental health, seek balance and justice, not revenge. For emotional health, know that the personal development you are doing will come to be recognized and experienced in the material world very soon. For physical health, be positive in a very realistic way that you can truly get behind and that you truly believe. For spiritual health, seek out your mentors and role models that walk the path of peace, love, and kindness. Let's start with mental health. The card was balance, and I actually pulled it in the reverse position. The original message is to do a bit of work around bringing balance into your life, but this is more about balancing your mind. Even if we want to walk the path of peace, which I'm sure that you do because you clicked on this video, it can be really hard. And even if we're kind, loving people, peace is very difficult to achieve. We can only achieve peace, I feel, in certain moments, and we can't force it. And peace in the mind is a little bit trickier. When we've been wronged, we want it to balance out, right? And sometimes the way that we want it to balance out isn't exactly the way that we can be most kind, right? So, look at how you can achieve justice in a situation that has felt super unfair. There are all kinds of challenges that so many people are having right now. Life is very difficult. And when we seek to have things balanced out, sometimes without really acknowledging it, we want someone to be punished or we want someone to fall and we want to be on top in a way that will right the situation. But sometimes justice doesn't require that. So if you look at, okay, what is just and kind for all, and really focus on that mental visualization so that you can get in the feeling tone of loving justice and find balance in your life. If you're too caught up in a drama that you are trying to heal and you're having a difficult time with rumination, do other things that allow yourself to have a break from thinking. Doing something physical and getting into your body is paramount. Even just rubbing a plant or getting outside, having a walk. I am a therapeutic arts coach, so I feel like art is the best thing you can do essentially for everything. So, do something creative, do something physical, get into your body. If we are present with our body, it's hard to ruminate. It's hard to go in those cycles of the mind because we have action in our body. So really make it a physical month. How can you bring balance to your body and your mind? That will help quell those maybe unsavory emotions. And it's okay to have those thoughts. It's okay to think in that way. It's just we have to look at that, observe it, and rein it back in under the umbrella of kindness and peace. One of the hardest things I think in conflict is when people don't see eye to eye. And so, for me, when I am misunderstood, and things aren't resolved, it is like torture. And one of the best things that people can do in that situation, and something that has really helped me in situations like that, is to really have that self-understanding, that self-love, and really focus on your loving intention. It can really help to get to a place where you're not feeling so aggressive towards a situation or someone else, where you essentially take your energy back, take your power back. This card really has to do with a release of power because of a conflict. And that could be an internal conflict or it could be a conflict with a person or a situation. So bring your power back, bring your love back, bring your energy back, and just be very, very methodical and reserved about how you go forward. Really, really focus on balance this month. For emotional health, this card is the Ancient Ones. And if you're a spiritual person, the main message of the card is that the angels see you, your guides see you, your ancestors see you. All of the spiritual beings and all the spiritual energies are recognizing that beauty and that love inside you, and that beautiful development that you have done recently or in the past few years, or just that has been building up throughout your life. The main message is that there's something really significant that has happened in your emotional life and in your inner world that is recognized in the invisible realm. So the invisible sees you. So let's ground that message back into the physical. Regardless if you're spiritual or not, what this message means is that that work that you're doing, that inner world, is shifting into manifestation in the physical world. So you still may have to be patient. You still may have to feel like a little alienated, or like humanity isn't exactly seeing you in the way that you know that you are, that you have changed, the height that you have gotten to. And that's okay. It will come. So just be patient. Allow those things to happen and allow that manifestation to come in, and keep doing your work. Don't get discouraged, distracted. Just give a little bit of momentum every day so that you can allow those things to really ground in humanity and in the physical and in your life. You've owned it, and it will come. Don't worry. The Horseman card is an interesting card. Have you ever heard of toxic positivity? That's when people just can't even talk about the negative, and they just have to talk about the positive because there's no kind of integration or permission that they give to interact in a negative way. Maybe they've been really hurt. Maybe there's something there where there's a wound that is so open on the inside that you don't see, that even just a little bit of negativity is just so painful for them. So, toxic positivity doesn't come from nowhere. There's a very sensitive way that we can look at this. So I'm not saying to use toxic positivity, but the message of the card is to be positive in negative situations. Always bring that light and that love up. I think it was Michelle Obama. I know it was Michelle Obama that says, when they go low, we go high. So, don't do it in an empty, fake surface level way. Have your heart behind it. Really get behind that positivity that you have, and use your voice, use your power, use your body, use your action, use your mind to stay there and to lift other people up. First we have to lift up ourselves. And that was part of the Ancient Ones card, where you've done a lot of work. We've all done a lot of work. And so now we need to just give a little bit more energy so that that can translate into your personal relationships, your work relationships, your community relationships. Any tiny little thing that you can do that builds up that positive energy in a very real, believable, loving way is going to move mountains this month. The Horseman card was pulled to be a tool in the path of peace towards physical health. So I want you to just notice how your thoughts and how certain situations in your life affect your physical body. There's a very real pathway, a biological pathway between stress and pain. This is something that I'm learning about, and it's really fascinating. Have you ever gotten stiff or gotten, kind of hunched up because you're feeling angry or hurt and you're trying to protect yourself? Have you ever had pain amp up when you're stressed out? This is the thing to pay attention to, where, maybe you are having a difficult time in life. Maybe there's some very, very significant challenges. But if you get too down and not look at the gifts of these challenges, then it can really bog down the progress. So for physical health, really look at what you can think, what you can say, what you can do to just bring it into a little bit more of a positive realm. Maybe you go on a 5-minute walk because that is the time that you have, and you do some affirmations. That's way better than sitting and stressing. I've heard things out there, in the big world, that say that sitting and stressing can be as bad as smoking. Our minds are really, really powerful. They have a huge effect on the body. And our bodies will follow the mind. This is science. So if you have a more positive expectation, or you visualize something going well before you're going into a stressful situation, it can really help your outlook to know that you kind of send love forward to that situation, and know that love is there in every situation in your life because you are there. You are the light. You are the beauty and the exaltation of the human condition. If you bring it that way, it takes work, but do that work this month because it can really make a difference, especially in your physical health. And for spiritual health, like, I'm a total YouTube nerd, so that's where I get, some of the talks that I really love by the spiritual leaders that I really respect and really help me stay in that mode of positivity and light, and how to work with situations in life from a very loving perspective. So, that's one way. Maybe you read more from books that you have. Maybe you ask, the person on the street that you see, that kind of you get an intuitive feeling about, why are they shining right now? And really use your gut and your basic instincts to say, oh, there are people around me that function at a higher level. It's a mindset. It's really a way to connect and understand what's working for other people. Maybe you have health issues, maybe you have a relationship issue, whatever's going on in your life. Maybe there's some advice and some loving counsel that can really help, or just some philosophy that can really help push forward some ways where you can have a better experience spiritually this month, and have that translate into all other aspects. I was listening to this song by Tori Amos this morning, and I think the line is, "The temple of the soul has to heal the flesh." And, there are so many ways that people connect with higher energies and their higher self. And sometimes it's kind of hard to ground, like I was mentioning with the other cards. So really look at, what are the methods that other people are using, and really focus in on your ethics and your love and your intention, and get inspired by others, because it's a beautiful world out there. And, sometimes inspired, high-functioning people look super normal, but trust your gut. I know you'll find them. Another aspect of this card is that you may need to connect with someone who gives you some great counsel. And it may not be on a, spiritual level. It may be something very, very physical, like a legal matter or something like that. But between these two cards, it's really, really wonderful to be able to open up, ask for help, and see who's out there who can really help you in both a very grounded physical way and a spiritual kind of, intuitive way. So seek out the people that really have that glow and that spark, and see what's going on there. Learn from others. It's a time to be very open-minded and not get stuck in our patterns of thinking and think we know it all. And really, plant the seed of doubt that you have all the answers. and that you're doing everything right. Because, not in a self-deprecating way, but in a way where you can be open to learning and really look at, oh, what's working for this person? I want to do that too. And just be inspired. It's a really beautiful month because it's April, it's around here, the tulips are blooming and there's colorful flowers everywhere and it's just gorgeous, and there's all kinds of inspiration everywhere through color, through people, setting out to do something awesome this year. And they're just the little steps right now. So focus in on what little steps you can do and be inspired, really engage in life. Walk the path of life through peace, through love, and be immersed in beauty. Allow yourself to love and enjoy your life because you have to, and no one else can do that for you. Love your life and make your life as good as you can this month so that you can go forward in the rest of the year at just, a little bit of a higher level, and then you'll just keep growing and growing and growing. This is intended for people who want to find those moments of peace and to walk through the world being peace. And I appreciate you being here so that I can give you some little tidbits on how to help you walk that beautiful path. I hope this is a wonderful, beautiful month for you. Take excellent care of your mind, your heart, your body, and your spirit, and hold on to those moments of peace and moments of love, because that's what life is all about. And this is a generalized reading, and if you would like a more personalized reading from me, I am happy to do that for you online. I have dozens of decks, and we can customize the messages that would be best for you to each deck, and we ask specific questions, and we go really, really deep and get some really interesting and wonderful answers from the cards. I look at each deck as a culmination of ideas, and so each idea is an invitation for you to explore. So if this served you, please like and subscribe to the channel. This is a new channel, and I hope to serve you to the best of my abilities. Be love, walk in love, and be peace. Take excellent care of you.